6:15 a.m. Day 6 sailing in a row. So make blah, 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 blah. So I'm in Felixstowe. It's nearly 7 a.m. I've topped up the fuel, checked the oil. I've just got to go and pay for the night, and it's been a very peaceful night and I had a really good sleep. So today, 45 miles across the Wash, no, not the Wash, the Thames Estuary to Ramsgate, which is a little bit complicated because you have to zig and zag through around various sand dunes and also shipping lanes, that kind of thing. So I still don't have the self-steering, and that would be good today, so I'll be on the helm all day. Ideal getting before dark, but I probably won't. Then I'm going to give myself a rest day or two because I'm told Ramsgate is nice, and this is day 6 in a row. I'm rambling, but go pay the man and get moving. I've discovered quite a few things, quite a cute little trick actually, which is if you leave the gear forward and you just tie on with one rope and stern, the boat sits really nicely and you can cast off very easily. I'm sure other people discovered it as well, but it works quite nicely. So, first sailing tip. We're winning. 5.5 knots, slack tide, and unlike yesterday, this angle means that I'm on a broad reach, I guess. Means that I'm not getting a bucket of water in the face every 30 seconds. And by dumb luck, it looks like, I didn't even look at the tides because it's a 12-hour journey. But all the tides are going to spin around and work in my favour today, it looks like, and certainly for most of the day. So that's great news, that makes a big difference. And yeah, no self-steering, so got to be on the helm, but pretty good. And also, I haven't seen this for a long time, another sailboat is going to go past. Yes, I've got company. Woohoo! They've got a big reef in their head sail. I seem to reef the mainsail and keep the head sail full because the head sail's not going to do any damage, but they've got no mainsail. So they're just not as brave as me. So far, so very good. But, well, we're honking along at 5-6 knots, and that's all good. But in about 15 minutes, we're going to go around a cardinal, and I need to turn 90 degrees into the waves. And the current's picking up, so they're getting quite short, sharp, and steep. I've got to run up the ominously named Black Deep for 8 miles, dodging ships. And I'm going to be going into the wind, I think, and some waves. Basically, I think it's going to be wet and possibly quite brutal, and I might have to tack. If I'm very lucky because the tide's sweeping me up, I will make it a single tack. That'll help a lot. But it's going to be about 2 knots of current with me, which is a mixed blessing with the wind against tide. But I guess that means I'll bob up there in 4 hours anyway, so I don't think there's any way of avoiding it. It is what it is. I'm just enjoying being dry for a change, but we shall see. Maybe I'll be lucky. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be wet and banging all over the place, but I might be wrong. I hope so. Okay, so I've turned the corner and I've reefed in the headsail a bit, and it's working. Actually, we're just about okay. It's pretty bouncy. There's ships to dodge. I don't know if you'll see, there's a ship. I'm going to try and go in behind here and then get across the channel, but just about staying dry, and we are still doing 6 knots to wind. I think probably 4 knots with a bit tide, something like that, but yeah, we're honking along, and just about at an okay angle to the waves. So so far so very, very good. Way ahead of schedule, so fingers crossed. Okay, the sea's pretty nasty now, and the waves are very short and steep, so I get pretty wet, and I'm having to zigzag between ships coming up behind me and the big shipping channel, and there's a wind farm, if you'll see that, pretty close on that side. Lots of port cans and stuff, so I have to zigzag up this narrow path, and yeah, it's all pretty it's pretty wild. If sailing is allowed to be called work, I've got to work at the moment. It's pretty windy too. I'm guessing it's 30 knots. I've big reach in the main and head sail, and we're doing 5.5 knots. We're banged all over the place. Anyway. Big one. I've just had a pretty brutal couple of hours, really. Horrible boat, horrible waves banging up the black water deep. Waves coming over the bow, and just violent boat motions and violent waves. But anyway, I've got a different point of sail now. I'm heading into a different channel, so more of a beam reach, so fingers crossed that seems a lot more pleasant. And I just found a hidden Snickers bar and can of Coca-Cola I've almost forgotten for emergency, so I think I'm going to have those. Ah. Oh. Somewhere banging up that channel, might be when I was on deck on the front throwing some stuff out, I've lost the end of a batten, my big batten on the mainsail, so that's a bit annoying. We are making incredible time just around the headland, or maybe 4 miles, I don't know. A few miles around the headland is Ramsgate, where we're heading to. And a really fast passage so far. Dodging ships. I can see white cliffs in front of me. I haven't seen white cliffs from the boat since start of the summer, June, when I sailed away from the Isle of Wight. So that's nice. I feel like I'm getting much closer to home now. I don't know if you can see them. You've probably got to see them from here. But it's been quite an intense sort of week of sailing, this one, coming down the east coast. Not always my favourite days, but it's nice to be getting closer to home. And I'm just tearing along. 6 knots. I'm gonna get some shelter from the land now, so the sea's much calmer, and sun's out. Still got my cough, but this is actually nice sailing rather than the doing battle as it's felt like sometimes the last few days. Harp control, this is sailing vessel No Doubt. Sailing vessel No Doubt.
No doubt, this is Ramsgate.
Good evening, port control. I'm about 5 or 7 minutes out, looking to come in.
Yes, I see you there at the last buoy's permission to enter in buoy channel into the marina and VHF channel 15
That's great, will do, thank you. Where am I going? Harp controls at F or G. Can't see any numbers. I'm in. It's daylight. That's kind of amazing actually. It's 45 miles in maybe 9 hours, and I'm in Ramsgate, and that was quite exhilarating. A few tough hours in the middle, but a really fast sail, and I've got a rest day. I'm going to see a friend tomorrow, so this is Ramsgate. Woohoo! Time for a shower and maybe some chips. The good things in life.